So you want a sexy mini map that's fully customizable to your own classes. Each and every class has tactical advantages and stuff. Look at this map. Just look at it. And with this add-on, it has fully movable buffs, quest tracker logs, lots of other things that you wouldn't even think that this app did until I dove deep into it for you guys, did a whole full breakdown. I'm going to show you guys what this thing can do and how you can fix it up for yourself. So a quick tour of this map. As you can see, there's a button right here that's Covenants, button right here that's actually another add-on that I'll talk about here in a second. It has a name at the top, and if I hold my cursor over it, also the time, the actual calendar, and the tracking thing comes up as well. And you can choose what things pop up or what things are always there, fully customizable. And you can tell it's a square, and that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as what this can do. Also, this is MiniMap Button Bag, which is a separate add-on entirely, but as I'm going to go ahead and talk about it here too. This organizes all of your buttons in one. I click it and they all pop up right here. All these different add-ons, weak auras is all contained in one simple little button that I can move around just like all these other things. And there's a lot more that this can do. So to get into setting this up, we're typing in /SexyMap, one word, and it pulls up the interface for it. Or you can go to your actual interface, go to add-ons, and it's going to be right here, SexyMap. Press the plus sign. We have all the options here for what we're diving into. So there are a ton of options here that I'm going to get into all here in a second. But the first thing I always want to start off with here with these things is the profiles. How the profiles work here is this has a global profile, which is different than other things out there I've seen. Is the global profile, if you select it, there is one profile that you can just select with the click of a button that all of your characters can use. Super cool feature. And in general, I always want all my characters to do this for all of them. There's a lot of people out there that want a custom map for their type of class or their type of character, or even a certain transmog you're using, a whole theme you got going, whatever. And each character has different ones. I'm keeping it simple here with the global profile, setting it up right there. But I will show you on my other character with the entire thing. So we're going to jump onto a clean character and show you the map. So here we go. This is how it'll look like when you first log in. I have only add-on I have turned on right now is SexyMap. So you're going to be able to left click it and move it around right off the bat. And if you right click it, it brings up the menu. How amazing is that? For the sake of this video, I'm going to pull this in. Oh, wow. I can't pull. One second. I turned on my Blizz Move add-on so I can move this over here. Why is that not default? Who knows? Anyway, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep this map right here, make it real big. But in general, I have my map in the top corner. I've seen a lot of people put it in the middle with some stuff on top of it, but that's usually where it goes. We're going to put it right here. And for the sake of this, blow it up to be even bigger so you can really see what's going on here in this video. As you can see, whenever I hold my cursor over it, cool stuff pops up or not. There's coordinates right here, the time, the name, all the stuff in a very elaborate type of interface right here. This is how you lock your map. You can also set up to rotate to where it faces where your character is. I hate this, and I would get very dizzy doing this. And I guess maybe navigating could be easier, maybe. I don't know, but I don't like rotating it, so I'm going to keep it off. And therefore, I also turn off this north facing tag, because if my map never moves, then it's obvious where north is. So I turn that off. And that's pretty much it. You can also turn off right click to configure so that it no longer pops up this menu whenever that happens. But for the sake of this, I'm going to keep it unlocked and I'm going to keep the configure things going. And then these now default these presets are where the look of this whole thing comes from. We can do blue diamond. Yes. Oh my gosh. Look at that. The whole thing's, this changes massively and wildly for each one. There's a cool thing with a little burst of blue right there, the blue glow, electric. There's so many here. That's terrible. I feel like you can't see anything. That's terrible. Anyway, rogue. Ooh, wow, that's cool with swirling little things around it. There's so much. And over here, there's even things, Diablo. Boom. And there's a cool little gear. Okay, you get the idea. There's so many different ones here. So for the sake of this, I'm going to do simple square. There we go. Super simple square. In fact, you know what? I'm going to keep it simple square. This is where the global profile comes in. If you click this, it'll automatically set it to the other one where I already have set. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'll show you guys that at the end. But I have all the different characters that I've logged on since having this app on there. I can switch to their profiles and immediately steal theirs. I can delete a profile if I didn't want to have one anymore, or I can reset this back to the base core flat settings. So click the plus sign now. We got borders. The big thing here with the borders, you can create new ones, and all of the stuff here that you saw with all of this. So if I go back here to the circle here, all of these, you can change the colors on all of this stuff. There's so many, like texture, text. Look, see how now it's green. Now it's purple. There's all this cool stuff. Now, first of all, I mean, purple is what I would be doing over here. That's pretty sweet. But anyway, that's all the stuff you can do with these borders. I'm going to go here and keep it simple right now for the sake of this video. But there's so much you can do with borders and just changing. You can't change the graphics, but you can change the color of things and what happens on the outside and all the borders and stuff. So super cool. We're going to cancel that. Next thing, buttons. The buttons here are all the different little things that are floating around this, right? So the drag radius is going to increase how far away this goes. So you see how it goes around it? The drag radius is going to make it be really far out here. I don't know why you'd want it to be that far. So we're going to keep it right about there, right? This is also where you can move everything around the square. But as you can tell, okay, the other mini map button I had, the add-on button, it thinks it's still a circle. So that's a little weird sometimes. And so usually I try and keep it at the bottom, top, right, or left, or whatever. But for the sake of this is all these move along the edge. Cool. So then these are all the buttons you can choose. So the calendar, you can have the calendar always be on, and sure, you can put it right there and it's always on. You can put it in the top corner and then it's just always there. I don't think that that's useful in any way. So I have it on hover so that I hover over and can click it, right? I don't want it to be never because then I can't get in my calendar. But now it's there. It's perfect right there. So choose what you want to have is on hover and not. So for tracking, I don't need to always see that. And honestly, I don't need to always see this either, but this is just Covenant thing. It's going to go away in the next expansion anyway. Zoom buttons also are unneeded because if you go here, the zoom delay, there's a 5-second zoom delay. So if you're ever doing a quest and you're like, where is this Hearthstone vendor? And you can zoom in. Oh, he's up here. If I don't do anything, 5 seconds later, the map auto resets. Right with the snap back to the original position. That is an amazing feature. Also, for this demon hunter, scroll forward is my demon form, scroll backwards is my leap backwards. That just makes so much sense. I have entire videos coming on bindings and how to set up amazing bindings. That's my favorite thing in the world. If I hold over here, it can scroll in and out, and that's amazing for me. So there we go. Love that feature. Back to the buttons. So the buttons, you can choose where they are by moving them. Choose if they appear or don't appear. Super simple as far as that goes. You can also mess with the add-on buttons and dynamic buttons and stuff. The garrison button and stuff. I mean, mail, all that kind of things. Anything that's like possibly there or not, you can move those around as well. Clock. This clock, I wish you could drag and move it, but they have these sliders right here for it. And I usually have my clock put in the top right corner, as you'll see in my other thing. So then I'll move that right there. Cool, done. And then I have the show clock on hover because I don't need to see the time. I honestly could put it at never because I have clocks on the 3 screens that are around me. Clocks are easy to find. This is on my phone. It's fine. So I'm going to keep it on hover, but there you go. And you can change the font and the size and all that kind of stuff too. Coordinates. Coordinates is pretty cool. Honestly, it's a pretty cool feature to put on your map if you like it like that. I personally turn them off because if I don't need to know what my exact coordinates are at all times. And in general, I have another add-on puts it on my map. So if I have it here and I press my quest log, I have it. Well, it's not. None of my add-ons are turned on for this, but usually I have my stuff shown right there wherever the map is. If that's the only time where I ever, need coordinates. Oh, right click and there we're right back into it. That's for coordinates. You can have it on and you can move it and change it in all the same ways with the time. So I'm going to turn that off because I don't feel like that's useful for me. These, oh my God, these movers are next level. I did not know this until doing a deep dive on this map, but wow. Enabled armor man. You know the armor man that shows up whenever you have an injured gear that like your piece is broken or about to break? You can move that with this. Oh my God, you can put it wherever you want. So I'm going to put them like right here or something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't see that. It's just like right there. So it pops up like, oh, hey, hold up. My gear's about to break. If you don't want it somewhere, you can put it up here next to your buffs, wherever you want to put this thing. I'll put it right here for now. And I'm going to lock it. Now, if you don't click this, if you disable this, it's just going to be in the default spot. Cool, right? But if you want to purposely put it somewhere, you can put it somewhere. The enhanced vehicle, whenever you jump into a vehicle and it shows the vehicle and the positions in the vehicle, like the mammoth and all that kind of stuff, this is where that goes. And you can set that up. I'll put it right below the armor man. So he's going to be right there. I'm locking in the vehicle. Enable objective tracker. This is your quest log. Oh my God, you can move your quest log. You don't know how many times I've wanted to move a quest log and not been able to. So the fact that this is available, because depending on how you do your map, like if you do a bigger map, you might want to move this down. You might want to move it further to the right, or you might want to put it over here to this side. That's crazy. Wherever you want to put this, you can finally move it, and that's amazing. So I'm going to put this right here. Let's just say that this is where I wanted to. Again, for the sake of this video, I have it in a completely different spot, and I have an actual different add-on that I use for this that's better than the default. So I'm here for all people. So there's that. We're going to lock that in right there. That actually looks pretty nice. Anyway, the PvP capture bar and the enable top screen bar, these two, I didn't know what these did. So I did some research for you guys, figured it out. The objective tracker and the PvP capture bar. Here's a video of me figuring it out. Okay, so I figured out what all of these things do for the PvP things. The capture bar is this thing. So it's whenever you're standing on a certain spot to capture it. I'm in the eye of the storm or whatever, and this is the capture bar you can move around. So I'm gonna now lock that back. And then there's the top screen objective tracker. This is the objective tracker where you're in PvP or objective, any sort of thing like that. Usually top middle is a good way to go, but you can leave those alone and disable them and just which will default to the defaults, or put them here. So There you go. So now that you know what those are, you can put that one in the center right here, and then the other capture bar right here. Cool, great. And we can lock that and lock that. Now for the buffs, here's the last one here. I accidentally turned it on real quick. These move your buffs so it doesn't clip into the map or go over here. Maybe you want to have your buffs to be down here because you're crazy. I don't know where you want to put your buffs, but really these are just small little micro adjustments that you can move once you change the size of your map and put that wherever it's at. So I put this right there. Cool, my buffs look great now. Lock those in. Boom, my entire setup is good now with all of these movers. So what else do we got here? Ping. This is really interesting. If I ping, you see how it says my name? It says my character's name right there. And again, it always says this. You cannot change where it shows that, right? You cannot change that. I wish you could, and I would put it down here just for this, but oh well. It says who pings. So if your group pings and they say like, oh, look here, it says who's pinging. I think that's freaking cool. I didn't even know you could track that, honestly. And then zone text. This is just all the different text that's on the stuff with zone. Oh, the zone, the actual Grey Fang Enclave, you can change that and you can move the position of it, make it smaller, bigger, all that kind of stuff. So I can honestly do that, and then the pings look good. That looks kind of good. But again, that's kind of overlapping some of the map. I want to be able to see it, all that stuff. Which reminds me, just for the record, if you do rotate minimap, you see how it's rotating a square? That looks really bad. That looks really bad and really dumb. So if you do choose a square map, probably don't do rotate, because that just is very, very cringe right now. Okay, cool. There we go. And to finish it off, I'm going to go back and I'm going to use the global settings, which is going to reset everything to my global settings. And oh, look at that right there. Nice and clean right there. I got the hover over with the map if I wanted to, this here, everything's all nice and good. That's exactly how I want it. Cool. Now, actually, I probably would change and scale down the size of that name. I don't need the name to be that big. But anyway, this is SexyMap Addon Guide. I hope this helps. I'm a small channel trying to grow and help give you guys more efficient ways to play your game, coach up your UI, all that kind of stuff. More videos to come. Peace.